Stay in character.
No.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the Good Ideas That Go There podcast. Today we are featuring a special guest, my sister.
Hi.
We're a trilogy today.
Yes. And today we're talking about the double feature that has taken over the world, Backsession.
Backrooms and Obsession. Two films we touched on in our previous podcast for a couple of seconds. Yep. We finally saw both of them.
Yeah. We might be a little late to the party,
yeah,
but we still want to give some thoughts.
People are still talking about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's definitely a lot of people talking about these movies, and we definitely have some opinions to get into about them. So.
We do.
Yeah. They're two young filmmakers, 21 now, 20 at the time of filming. Kane Parsons.
Right.
He's only 20.
Did you know he's only 20?
Did
you know that?
That's amazing. It's amazing. Yep. It's great.
And Curry Barker was 26 at the time of Obsession.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And they both started out as YouTubers.
Yep.
Funnily enough, Curry Barker's channel was called Bad Ideas, and we are the Good Ideas.
We're the Good Ideas that go there.
That go there.
Yeah.
Isn't that really good?
No relation.
So we'll just get right in.
Allegedly.
We're getting roasted on our own podcast.
I know.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to roast.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's what I'm here for.
That's what you're here for.
All right, so let's jump right in. Let's start with Obsession. I think this is the best movie I've seen all year. Mm-hmm. I think it deserves an Oscar. It's probably not a kind of movie that earns Best Picture, but if it were up to me, I'd say it is.
Yeah, I would probably say Best Female Actress. Is that what it's called?
Definitely.
Best Actress.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Best Actress. I think her performance in that is just incredible. And I think she deserves, if not an Oscar, at least something for that performance. Mm-hmm. And I really wish the best for her as an actress, too. I know this is like one of her first major roles, so.
It is.
Yep. 100% agree with that.
Best horror movie I've seen probably in 15 years. I think it's the best. Definitely one of the best horror movies of the 21st century. I'll take it that far. The Conjuring is the other one. We'll get to the other movie. I don't want to leave them out. But well acted, well written, gripping storyline, great themes, great themes of codependency, great themes of just thinking you want something a certain way, and then you find out it's not all it's cracked up to be.
For sure. And I would definitely agree with you. I think it's the best horror movie I've ever seen. I don't know if I'm super versed on the genre, but I feel like all the other horror movies I've seen just didn't impact me in the way that Obsession did. I think it's such an impactful movie. Mm-hmm. So.
Totally.
That's something I wanted to touch on is the psychological thrillers, like that kind of genre. I think that's the direction that horror movies should go in. These classic slasher films, they just don't work nowadays. They're just cheesy. They rely on weak jump scares. And just the way that information spreads now through technology is just unrealistic.
Yeah.
It's the way that Backrooms and Obsession were portrayed. I don't know if it's necessarily realistic, but it's more believable.
Right. Just the run-of-the-mill slasher films overdone. This is the direction horror should go, and that's what excites me about these new young filmmakers. Is that's the direction they want to take it. Yeah. And I hope we get more of this. I'm excited. I'm excited about the direction of Hollywood.
Indeed. I can't believe Obsession. Did you know the budget was like only $750,000?
$750,000.
That's really impressive.
Yep. Yeah, $100 million domestically and counting.
Yeah. I really hope that the movie industry really takes the right message from this movie and not necessarily tries to recreate it, but creates kind of more in the genre that are unique and interesting to watch and impactful in the way that Obsession is.
Ethan and I touched on this in the last podcast. The Mandalorian and Grogu is a prime example of this, because these two movies completely
Oh, yeah.
And I think Hollywood's noticing that. Like, people don't want the...
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
People don't want the run-of-the-mill...
Yeah. I heard there's some more Backrooms-esque movies in the works now.
Oh, yeah?
So that's
good.
Exciting.
I'm sure it's... I heard it was things like inspired by internet horror, this kind of new age of people creating things online and then taking them kind of into movies a little bit. I think that's so much more interesting now to people.
Yeah.
You know, like people who create these stories not necessarily because they want to make a movie or because they want to make money off of it even. They're creating these because they love to create art. And I feel like that's really the difference with these two movies is they feel like they were created for the love of art rather than just the need to make money off your art, you know? And 100%. I think that's why so many people don't like a lot of these movies, because that feels like their purpose. When really the purpose should be art.
Absolutely. I feel like these guys were hardwired for this, because they started in YouTube when they were like 9 years old or something like that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably.
You know, if you lose a follower in YouTube, it's done. These guys know how to grab your attention, and they've learned how to do it over years and years of doing it on YouTube. And I think that's what makes these new filmmakers so creative.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's also not the attention-grabbing quick TikTok either. It's these really thought-out pieces of art, too.
Exactly.
Like, I think it's not necessarily that film is blending in with social media, but that they're kind of taking almost the good parts of it and bringing it to film.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What else you got here?
Something we wanted to touch on is there is some discourse online about who is the real villain of Obsession. Now, I think the three of us agree that it's pretty obviously Bear.
Yeah.
Bear is the villain. Spoiler alert. I'm sure people who are listening to this have probably seen both movies, but
I'm sure.
Just in case, spoiler alert, Bear's the villain.
I'm sure,
Absolutely.
you know, at first it wasn't his intention to do anything wrong, but he had a lot of chances to stop the consequences of what he was turning Nikki into.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions, Bear.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Oh, he's got beef with Bear. But yeah, I do too. I think he knew the way to stop it. Literally from when he called the One Wish Willow, they told him either you have to die or she has to die. Yeah. And he let this, you know, explode to the point that one of his friends dies. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
And he could have so easily prevented that had he just Nikki. And I know that sounds like kind of crazy to say, but she asked him to kill her.
Yeah, I did.
Like the 1 second of consciousness she has, she's trying to escape from this body that isn't hers anymore.
Right.
And so at that point, it really becomes his fault. You know, like he had so many chances to realize that this was his fault. He's the reason all his friends dies.
Yep.
And he could have stopped it. So I think that really makes him a villain. It's really his like complacency and everything.
Yeah.
The scene that's really haunting is when he says, "What's so bad about being with me?"
Oh my God,
I think that's when he's fully turned into the villain.
That was just disgusting to hear, to be honest.
Yep.
You see every time this girl has consciousness, she's trying to escape your body and you say, "What's so bad about being with me?"
Yeah.
That is insane.
That's some messed up stuff.
Yeah.
It's messed up, man.
But that's what makes the movie so good.
That's what makes it so good. It's just so well written. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so impactful in that way.
Yeah.
You know what I really liked about this movie was the sound design.
Yeah.
I think
wonderful.
You know, there's this montage where they're supposedly like in love.
Yep.
And the sound, you know, it has the motifs of that classic romance.
Yeah,
but
romantic
it still
drama.
feels unsettling at the same time.
Yeah.
And I know Abby can probably touch more on the soundtrack, I'm sure.
Yeah, you got the person with the music degree here.
Yep.
But yeah, I think, you know, we'll touch on the Backrooms soundtrack as well, but I think this one really doesn't use too many actual instruments, and it's kind of this, you know, transition, especially for horror films. I feel like they use these very ethereal synths and these kind of like atmospheric sounds that are almost like reflective of the filmmakers as well. We were talking about like how young they are. It's like this new age of music and orchestration that isn't so grand, you know, and I feel like it almost doesn't need to be that way. It has the same impact. I especially felt like in Obsession, it really emphasized the movie. There's these really like high moments with the soundtrack where it's really punching, and there's other times where it's more atmospheric, and I just felt like it was really done very well, especially in that movie. And yeah, I definitely agree with Ethan too on the the montage too, the feeling of unsettling, even though it's still like this love montage, like it's the characteristic of this movie, you know, it's terrifying. So I think they did a great job.
There's your Oscar right there. Yeah, best original score.
Oh yeah, no, I think it has the potential to get it. I mean, I don't think there's been a film so far this year where the score has like been so impactful in the movie, you know.
Yep.
So
I agree.
I mean, we haven't seen the Odyssey yet, but
Oh yeah.
I was gonna talk about that at the end.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
You know, $50 for 70mm screen. How are we feeling about that?
Worth every penny.
yeah, Dad's thinking about it.
Well,
All right.
shall we move on to Backrooms?
Let's
now?
talk about
Sure.
Backrooms.
So,
Okay, so Backrooms. We were talking about the Oscars before. If this movie doesn't get at least a nomination for Best Set Design and Best Hair and Makeup, there's no justice in this world. I haven't seen a movie with a set design like this probably ever.
yeah.
And I'm not that young. I've seen a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I love the way like the furniture kind of clips through the floor and the,
Yeah.
and the ceilings and the walls. It's
Yeah.
like a video game. It's really cool.
Yeah,
Takes a lot of inspiration from, you know, Half-Life, Gmod, those kinds of
Yep.
games.
absolutely.
Yeah, and there's so much attention to detail in it. Like you see all the callbacks to different parts of the movie with
Yep.
Mary's shoes in the ground
Yeah.
and all these different settings that are slowly deteriorating.
Yeah.
And it's you know, the main part of the movie is the set.
It is. It is.
And I think they just did such a good job of really encapsulating both the back rooms, but also really elevating it in a way and
Yeah.
making it so it made sense almost, even though it's not supposed to make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I really like this concept of the Backrooms, that it's trying to remember the real world.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think that was really what the concept of Backrooms usually is. It's usually just like a liminal space, kind of. I don't really know how to describe it. But I know it's based on King Parsons' like YouTube series.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too much of it. I think, Dad, you're not really familiar with the Backrooms concept too much. So
Yeah.
how did that kind of affect your viewing and opinions of it?
While I was watching this movie, I was thinking to myself, because it's so vast and so weird and so like trying to remember things, but they become fractured in a way. It's Clark's mind. The Backrooms is his mind. Like, he's trying to think of things in his past, but he can only remember fragments of it. And that's why everything looks so distorted and so weird and so odd and so beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think also, speaking of Clark's character, I feel like I saw a video talking about how it was hard for them to believe that someone would want to explore the back rooms.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they ended up creating this character where it makes so much sense that he would want to explore the back rooms.
Yeah.
Right.
He's, you know, kind of got really not much else going in his life.
Right.
He's an architect, and he finds it so fascinating
Yep.
that this doesn't have to make sense. And at that, a failed architect. So he sees these things that break all these rules,
Yeah.
and he's like, well, then maybe I have a chance. You know, it almost gives him hope
Yeah.
in the back rooms.
Yeah. I like that. That's very good.
You know, I think the Backrooms could represent AI in a way. And let me explain why.
Yeah. How do you mean?
Yeah, I'm interested in this theory.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen, there's this video that went around about 2 years ago. Someone put a picture into AI and said, recreate this image exactly how it is. And they did that over and over 200 times.
Okay.
And there's pieces of it that remain, but it became so distorted
Oh, wow.
that it wasn't even the same thing anymore. So
Yeah.
that's basically what the Backrooms is.
Yeah.
And, you know, you talked about Clark, his creativity, being an architect. I mean, was he really creative? Did he really try? He blames everyone else for his problems. Maybe he just finds out about AI. It can do everything for him. That's
Right.
why he becomes so comfortable in it.
Yeah. No, that's a
mean-
great theory.
Yeah, I definitely can see that. I think maybe originally when Kane Parsons is creating this YouTube series, not necessarily his thought, but kind of with the rise of AI, he's thinking, you know, these things can't really be recreated by anyone but humans. You know, maybe the Backrooms is Clark's mind, but in, you know, in general, these things are going to be misremembered if you put it through technology. And it's also kind of the thing with the MRI company kind of being this explorer of the back rooms.
Right.
It kind of brings in that technology element that you're talking about too.
Yeah.
Like MRIs, you know, if you put an MRI into AI 1,000 times, it's probably not going to look the same.
It's not even going to look like whatever it's scanning.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know Kane Parsons, he's like very outspoken against AI.
Yeah,
says it has no place in art, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I think maybe subconsciously that's what he was thinking as his idea, is kind of like a critique of AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
I think it makes a lot of sense for the movie too. Just, you know, this idea that human creation is really the only thing that makes sense in a way.
Right.
You know, like it doesn't make sense to have these things recreated and deteriorated a bunch of times, because they're not going to look the same. They're not going to look cohesive.
So why was this movie getting hate?
Yeah, that's something I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
I think when it first came out, it got a lot of negative reviews because it wasn't what people were expecting from the Backrooms, because it has such a huge lore from a bunch of creators.
Yeah.
Like all these different like levels and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think Kane Parsons kind of simplified it for his own vision.
Kind of watered it down a little bit.
But I think it encapsulated everything it needed to be.
Well, I think he was trying to bring it to a wider audience. If you just hit him with something like, if you hit everyone with something like that, the movie kind of might lose a little bit of focus. So I understand why he did it the way he did it.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't know that much about Backrooms lore, to be so honest.
Well, I don't
with
either.
you.
But.
I mean, the most I've probably seen is like a TikTok here and there throughout the years. Like, I obviously was aware of the Backrooms and kind of these liminal spaces and the idea that they're kind of something, they look like something you've seen before, but you've never seen. It's almost like a dream. And I thought he did a good job with the setting and kind of encapsulating it. Like I said, I feel like Clark is really the kind of character that makes sense to go explore this world. So I really think he did the best with what he had, and he kind of created some interesting conversations around it, you know, because kind of like Ethan said, these different creators have all different ideas about the Backrooms and the levels and the entities and all these kinds of things.
Right.
And so I think he kind of just explored a deeper aspect of it, I think, because there's all these different theories you could have about this movie and about Clark and about, you know, even Ethan's theory about AI and everything.
Sure.
I think it creates conversation, and I think that's what makes it a good movie.
Yep.
I feel like when I first got out of the movie, my thought was that it was very unsettling, but I didn't really understand what it was trying to say at the time. You know, it's like it kind of did its job of being a horror movie where you feel that adrenaline while you're watching it.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see the larger point here. You know, it's like he explores the Backrooms, they find the people who are also trying to explore it, and then what? But I think I kind of, as I ruminated on this movie a little bit, I think more and more about the different conversations that could be had about it. And there's obviously the conversation of mental health in this movie. And I think that's important to know, like, that the human mind, it can be all these kinds of things. So yeah, I think that was something this movie did really well, is kind of bringing it almost into the real world. It's not just this liminal space. It's not just this dreamlike thing.
Yeah, I think like Clark's character was one of the best parts of the movie.
Definitely, definitely.
Honestly, I think that performance from that actor was incredible as well. I think he deserves some awards for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Along with the best set design.
Yeah.
I mean,
heart and soul of the movie, it's Clark.
Oh, for sure.
And I still stick with my opinion that it's all about kind of things that he sees and things that are fracturing in his own mind. It's kind of the central theme of the whole thing. But everybody has an opinion, right?
Yeah. There's also some theories about Captain Clark, the entity, and when he ends up Clark, spoiler, he that is basically effectively Clark himself.
Yeah,
exactly. Because he finally hears from his therapist that he doesn't need to change. And really at the core of therapy as a concept is you have to change. And, you know, I think Mary also realizes that she can't make people change. She has this idea of how she does her work, but it's not always going to work if the person themselves doesn't want to make the change.
Right.
So I think that's, kind of her moment of realization that she can't save anyone, and she tried to save her mother, and that's why she's in this work, but it's just not going to work for everyone.
Right. Well said.
Thanks.
Agreed. So I personally liked Obsession slightly better if we're doing a comparison of the two movies.
Yeah.
There were, and the only reason I say that is both movies are great. Backrooms has a few cheesy horror things about it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Obsession doesn't. It's engaging from beginning to end.
I think Obsession is by far the better movie, and I like Backrooms a lot.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I definitely preferred Obsession to Backrooms. I think, as I said, when I first got out of Backrooms, I was like kind of, I thought it was good, but I was kind of a little on it. I think as time has gone on, I've definitely grown more fond of Backrooms the more that I think about it, but I agree. There are definitely those horror movie moments of them going towards the creepy noise and those things that'll kind of frustrate you a little bit, where it's like, oh my God, you're gonna die. Like, why are you doing all this?
Why are you walking towards that?
Yeah. So I think that can definitely be frustrating for some people, but I think, overall, I think the movie does a really great job, and it is gonna be a little bit creepy because it's the back rooms, and that's kind of been the whole concept of it, even if it kind of focuses in on one thing that people might not necessarily like. I think really I see what you're saying about the horror movie things like that. I think would be my main criticism of it. Yeah,
and it's a very minor criticism because it's a great movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Well, I have something we can talk about. Going back to Obsession, I've heard there's some ideas going for a limited series about One Wish Willows, different wishes that people have made.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
If you could come up with a wish that could go wrong, what would you do?
Well, hang on. let me make sure I understand this. So, is it a wish that I wish that will go wrong, or a wish that I want to go wrong?
Well, just an idea for an episode.
Just an idea for an episode.
Do all of them necessarily have to be horror?
I don't think so.
Like, I think some of it could be kind of silly.
Yeah. Curry Barker, he started as a comedian. I'm sure there's some funny moments in Obsession.
Yeah, there are. He could.
Yeah.
The great thing about this series is it could be anything at once. It could be. Well, you could have an episode with comedy in it. You could have an episode with drama in it. It could be a romantic comedy. It could be another horror situation. It could be anything. I like it. I want to see it. When's it coming out?
2037.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
I'm going to be... never mind.
Don't talk to yourself.
Well, I think there was definitely like a TikTok trend of people saying their One Wish Willows and how they could go wrong and everything, and putting in all these caveats to the One Wish Willow so that it won't go wrong. But I think in this miniseries, when these people don't really know if it's going to work or not, it'll kind of be a throwaway thing, like when Bear was like, I wish Nikki loved me. That's really all that he does.
Right.
And so I think it kind of has to be something a little bit throwaway.
Yeah.
Like, and even his friend is like, oh, I wish I had $1 billion.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
That's kind
I'm sure everybody's seen it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's kind of the characteristic of these wishes is like you don't really think it's gonna work.
Right.
So you kind of just think of something in the moment. You're like, whatever.
Exactly.
If it happens.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I think if you kind of put yourself in that situation of, you bought this thing and you could be somewhat of a desperate person, but you don't actually think it's gonna work.
Right.
Yeah. So I still don't know what I would wish for.
No, I that's the point. Don't use that thing.
No. I mean, honestly, I probably wouldn't buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, I just don't see a situation where I'd be so desperate that I need to buy a One Wish Willow.
I'm surprised no one wished for like a dragon or something, or like I wish the earth blew up.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Someone asked Curry Barker about that. He's like, well, I think every time someone makes a wish, maybe they go into like their own dimension, but then that wouldn't work because Ian made a wish that Bear saw. So
that's true. Yeah.
I guess we kind of have to theorize a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, wasn't there a scene where Bear was looking up the One Wish Willow and there were some people saying that it was real?
Yeah.
Some were saying it was real and some were saying it wasn't. So I guess another good concept is like, maybe it doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe it only works for certain people. Or maybe it's based on the way you wish.
Yeah.
Or it could be based on what the wish is. And if the one wish willow decides it wants to give it to you, it will. And if it doesn't, it doesn't.
Well,
Just a
definitely
thought.
doesn't give it to you in the way you intend ever, probably.
Exactly. It's always going to have some kind of bad turnout, no matter what.
I think no matter how many caveats you put in it, and again, like I said, I don't think people actually making these One Wish Willows would put all these caveats in it.
Right.
Because it's a very throwaway thing.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And I don't know. I guess.
I mean, it's easy to say, oh, I wish for $1 billion, like, you know, Bear's friend did, but
Yeah.
But you know,
any of
what
us
kind of
remember his name?
what kind of connotations come with that too? Like, am I going to get shot 5 minutes
IRS.
Yeah, the IRS. I was thinking
it's
like
like,
you're
how'd
gonna
you
get
get all this
taxed
money?
on all that,
later?
and then what?
Yeah, yeah. You have nothing left.
Yeah, everything goes to the IRS.
That's right. The
Yeah.
I
government
wish the
takes its
IRS
chunk.
was gone.
There we go.
I don't see how that wish could go wrong.
No, everything will be fine.
We just eliminate every social program, and
Yeah.
there's no money in the government
it's just
anymore.
complete
it's free for all.
chaos and anarchy.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
And then it like is a crossover with the Purge.
Yeah. It basically becomes the Purge
Yeah.
at that point.
Well, yeah, it is.
Purge session.
Purge. Test.
Purge Backsession. Yeah, the Purge. I didn't care for the Purge. But that's a whole nother podcast. I could talk about that.
Oh my god.
I never got into the whole preppy college kid as a. Never made sense to me. It's like, just flick the kid in the head, you knock
that-
him over.
Yeah, is that like Scream Queens? Are we getting into that territory?
We could, yeah, if you want.
What's that?
Scream
You know, like
Queen-
Halloween. It's all started with Halloween and Jamie Lee Curtis and like
yeah,
all the girls that scream during the horror movies.
and it's
Okay.
like Ariana Grande is in it.
Yeah.
And, they like someone in their sorority. I like don't remember it. I watched it like so long ago, but it's like just that cheesy horror.
Yeah.
You know, like
But yeah, cheesy on purpose because it's making fun of it.
yeah. And then there's a scene where the girl's like, "You can cut this out." She's like, "Senorita Awesome." She asks for the coffee and he says, "What's? Oh, I don't drink any of those white girl pumpkin spice lattes." And then he's like, "I'm already in love." And then she says, and then he asks for her name and she goes, "Senorita Awesome."
All right, that's going on the watch list.
Yeah.
Scream Queens. It's a show, so it might be kind of long.
Oh.
When did that come out?
Like 2012 probably.
Yeah.
It's like very characteristic of that early 2010s kind of
Yeah.
feel, you know.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. No, it's like, I mean, it's terrible. It's like one of those so bad it's good things.
Yeah. It's like
you
watching
know?
a train wreck.
Yeah.
No.
It's like kind of in that Pitch Perfect vein of like 2010s period pieces, you know, like just
Yeah.
very characteristic
Yep.
of that era. So if you need a little 2010s escapism, that's your
There-
thing.
There's your show.
Yeah. I've been a little off the rails.
That's okay. I think we were wrapping it up anyway. weren't we?
Yeah. No, I'm just being silly.
Any closing thoughts?
I think these are great movies. It's really the direction that film should go in and horror should go in for sure.
Yep.
I think it's really a lesson to all these movies that are sequels or money grabs in any sense that people want to see these really introspective art pieces. I think that's really important. That's really what people want, especially in this era of AI slop.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
people don't want to see an AI movie.
No.
It's not really
does
being
it-
made.
Yeah.
Well,
Nobody
I'm sure
wants
it
to see
has, but not in the theater.
You know.
There's got to be some sort of protection in place against that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there already is.
Especially when it's something that steals from already created movies without their consent. It's like some sort of copyright infringement. It has to be.
Has to be. Yeah. Bring in the lawyers. I'm gonna leave it with this. I love these two very low budget, very well made horror movies. And now I'm gonna go spend $50 to see The Odyssey. Mic drop
And then we'll come back and talk about that.
and talk about that.
Obsession for Best Picture.
Best picture, best actress, best original score.
Yes.
Backrooms. There's no justice if it doesn't get a nomination for best set design, best hair and makeup. At the very least.
Yeah.
It should get an original score nomination too.
Come back to this video when it wins everything.
That's right. And I'll tell you all I was right.
Who needs Odyssey? We have the SpongeBob movie for that.
No, for real. Like, the SpongeBob movie is the best adaptation of the Odyssey. After that, it was raps. Nothing else is going to be as good as the SpongeBob movie. That's in my Letterboxd top 4. And Christopher Nolan could never recreate that magic. Am I going to get canceled if I say that?
Yeah, you're done.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
Well, thank you everyone so much for sticking with us.
Thanks,
see you
guys.
in the next episode.
And thanks to the trilogy for coming in.
Yes,
I'm
thank
a
you.
special guest. I won't be here all the time, but if they're talking about something that I've seen or that I know about, I might pop up from time to time. But I think next they're doing like sports and stuff, so I don't know anything about that.
We might do Christopher Nolan. Depends on when we see the Odyssey.
Oh.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned,
You're always
people.
welcome, Abby. Thank you for coming on.
Yes.
Thank you guys for having me. This was very fun.
Anytime and always.
I love my family.
Good night, everybody.